Hello, welcome to this special broadcast. It is me, Alex. I am your host of Goalpost for Jumpers. I am joined here this week by Vince.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And we're going to be here for the remainder of the Euros. What is left of the Euros? There's 4 teams left. Actually, by the time you're listening to this, there's going to be 2. We watched a game last night, the first semi-final. Well, how was that?
Good game, wasn't it?
France-Spain.
Yeah, good game.
Did you expect Spain to win?
I don't know. France haven't scored a goal on open play. They scored their first goal, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I expected them just to scrape through somehow. So no, I guess I didn't. No. I think I would have gone with France.
Really?
Are we happy Are we happy that Spain?
You say, are we happy we got Spain? We're not even past the Netherlands yet.
Yet.
But I am still wearing my England shirt, which means we are still in the Euros, and it's the big game tonight. So the game's happening tonight, isn't it?
Yes.
And we're very tense, we're very nervous. But we'll leave the England talk to right at the end. Let's talk about my predictions from the start of the tournament and where we're at now. You can give me your feedback on what you think on some of the things I picked. So, top goal scorer at the start of the tournament, I thought Ronaldo would turn up. I really thought Ronaldo would turn up, and this would be where he'd be like, I'm still here, 39 years old, I can still do it at the highest level. What happened to him?
I don't know, because his group wasn't that difficult either. I think it's been a difficult tournament for every big player. I mean, if you go through Mbappe, Kane, Ronaldo, none of them have shown up. So I think it's just the way these teams are playing in these Euros. They're so defensive. It's tough to break them down. They're just finding it difficult. So
I think that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Because you think of all the best players in the tournament. You know, look at the top goal scorers. None of them are the ones that you'd expect.
Nope.
No one's putting Scrantz up there. No one's putting probably Cody Gakpo, if we're honest.
Yeah.
Musiala, we know he's a great player, but to be joint top goal scorer at this point is mad. Danny Olmo, again, a really good player, but you're not putting him up there. It has been tough for Lewandowski's and Kane's and Ronaldo's, these big players. Bruno Fernandes, Kevin De Bruyne have really struggled as well. So, yeah, I mean, I went Ronaldo. I thought it'd be one of those, but the tournament's just kind of set up in a different way. In the same case, I've put player of the tournament Ronaldo because I thought Portugal would make it all the way to the final. They obviously got knocked out, but they never really gave a good account of themselves, Portugal, did they? No. None of the players performed. None of them got out.
The players they've got.
The best squad in the tournament, right?
Best starting 11, I would say, yeah, for sure. Every single player they had on that pitch, phenomenal, but they just didn't click. But other than Spain and Germany, I don't think anybody has.
No one's been impressive.
No.
But then it's like, are the teams that are necessarily impressive the ones that always win the tournament? I look back to the last tournament, Italy weren't blowing anyone away. You know, you think England knocked out Germany. There was some big results from, I think, Spain early on in the tournament. Denmark beat a few teams, and they were the teams that you were like, oh, maybe they're the underdogs.
Yeah.
No one was talking about Italy.
No.
They scraped through on penalties, I think, against a couple of teams as well. So
I think it's the same when you go back to when Portugal won it. They didn't win a game, did they, in 90 minutes when they won the Euros?
Didn't they? They drew their first 3 all 3 group games.
Something along those lines, but they get there.
Yeah.
That's why I expected France this year, and hope to God England get somewhere near.
Yeah.
But
who did you think was going to be player of the tournament? Did you have a prediction?
I think I went Phil Foden. He hasn't done it for England, and I thought he might turn up, and he's just been not great, is he?
Top goal scorer, did you have someone for that?
I had Lukaku. I thought
Lukaku could have been. I mean, he had 3 goals disallowed in one game, I think, didn't he? 2 goals in one game, 3 goals, He could have been him.
You think Belgium haven't really clicked, but I thought, again, they might do something this year, but no, nothing again. Surprise
team, I put Scotland, because I thought they could get a result. They did get a decent result against Switzerland, didn't they?
Yeah, the 1-1, wasn't it?
But,
was it 1-1?
But 1-1. But it didn't really click for Scotland either. Very disappointed. Did you have a surprise team that you thought?
Who did I put for a surprise team? I cannot remember.
Did you talk about Austria at the start? I remember a few of us were talking about Austria. I think Ukraine were a big disappointment as well. I think surprise team, I could have gone like a surprise good team or a surprise bad team, like who really wasn't going to turn up and everyone thought they would.
Yeah, I thought Hungary would have been decent.
Yeah.
Big tournament for them. But yeah, no, I don't think... Who did you pick?
I put Scotland, but... Yeah,
you expected them to do something. They
I was
play
expecting,
like Wales. They play with heart, don't they? They give everything.
But they look at the run they had up leading to it. Like I've got here, like the 2022, 2023 run that they had, 9 wins out of 12. Scotland. That's mad.
Solid form.
And some decent teams. I think they beat Spain in that period as well. Like I thought, big tournament, their first big tournament in God knows how long.
The only thing I'll say about this Euros is it's not been one of the best, but there's no... when you go to the World Cup, you have a couple of bad teams that just aren't at that level. There is no absolutely horrendous team at this Euros.
No, Georgia were I think the lowest ranked team, and they were
played
brilliant.
Some great football.
Yeah,
really good.
I think this tournament's been one of those where it's been every team has got a good coach now, whereas previous tournaments gone by, I think the coaches, the system, it wasn't in place. Whereas I think you look 2024, I think a lot of the players play in a lot of the bigger leagues as well now. The coaching system is more developed. I think everyone knows how to play against big teams like England. Very easy to set up against.
Work hard, isn't it?
Sit
work
back,
hard,
soak up the pressure, work hard. Yeah, like you said, put 110% in, and you never know what you're going to get. Georgia did it against Portugal. There were some big results for Slovakia against Belgium.
Yeah,
or even Slovakia.
So is it? Oh yeah. What's the name? Drew with Germany as well. So what can I think of it?
Germany, Austria, Poland.
Slovenia drew with... Who is it that drew with Germany? Drew 1-1.
Switzerland.
Was it
Switzerland scored first, and then I think Fulkrug scored late on, didn't he?
Right, late on, yeah.
Again, Switzerland, though, you wouldn't expect... You probably wouldn't expect to be...
After drawing with Scotland as well.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of a weird tournament.
I had a surprise player, I said Artem Dovbyk. I thought after the season he's just had in La Liga, I thought maybe he would kick on and put himself, on the world stage, but he was awful.
Yeah, he didn't do anything, did he?
No. Did you have anyone that you thought, right, everyone look out for this guy?
It was an obvious one, but Musiala, because he was just... We've watched him a few times, and I think he is above the level. We talk about Foden, we love Bellingham. I think he's the next level. I think he's phenomenal. So that was mine that we had in our group chat, was for sure Musiala. I just thought he's just top level, and he was phenomenal.
Don't you think it's interesting how people have watched this tournament, and they're like, oh my God, look at Musiala, look how good he is. It's like...
He's been that good for a year or two.
Does anyone watch anything other than Match of the Day?
Probably not.
But then
Twitter clips.
Yeah, but then those are the same people that would fight. They die on every hill that on their football opinions, but they don't watch football.
It's mental because he is top level.
It's the same with Arda Güler now.
Oh,
Everyone's raving about him, mate. Have you not watched anything? Like the last 10 games, I think he played the last 10 of Real Madrid's games in the league.
The goals he scored towards the end of the season.
6 goals.
But he was injured for most of it, in and out, wasn't he, on the bench a lot. But he's impressed me the most.
He's the breakout. Like I've got the next thing is breakout player. I thought it was going to be Rasmus Højlund. I thought it was going to be a big tournament for him. But breakout player really has been Arda Güler, isn't it?
He's been both feet, scoring goals, holding the play up. He plays like he's been playing the game for 20 odd years. I've never seen anyone as... How old is he?
19.
19? Unbelievable.
Who are you taking? 19-year-old Arda Güler or 16-year-old Lamine Yamal?
I think Güler. I know Yamal is going to be special, but I'm watching that Güler the way he's the main man for Turkey. I know I love Çalhanoğlu. I think he's one of the best players we've seen. But he has been up. He's played on the right. He's played up top. He brings the ball down well. He shoots well. He crosses the ball. He's never greedy. He always makes the correct decision.
Left foot and right foot.
And for 90 minutes. Not like, I think Yamal after about 60, 70 minutes goes a bit attacking wise. He comes off the ball a bit. Maybe just defends. But I think Arda Güler is... I think he's quality. Yeah, I think I'd take him. For sure.
It'd be a struggle for him to fit into that Real Madrid side next season with all those players in there. He's not going to move Rodrigo out from the right wing. He's not going to play left wing because Vinicius Junior. He's not going to play up top or anything like that. Obviously, Mbappe, Bellingham.
How does Mbappe work for a 9 though? I don't. When I've watched him as a 9, I've not.
I just think they're going to be such a good team all over the pitch that it's
like Liverpool was, where they can all interchange.
Yeah, Mbappe will turn up on the left. Vinicius comes through the middle. Bellingham will be an 8, but also a 10. It's a scary prospect. And then Güler, if he can get in that team, wow, Jesus, you never know. Finalists, I said Germany versus Portugal, with Portugal being the winners. We know that can't happen now. Both teams have been knocked out. Who did you think was going to win it?
I put Portugal-England final, and then Portugal to win it.
Why do you fancy England so much?
Because I've never... When we play this bad, we get beat. We're playing really bad, and we're not getting beat. And I was confident going into the Swiss game, even though it went to penalties. At no point did I think we were going to get beat.
Yeah.
But we're going into this Netherlands game now, and I've never been more confident as an England fan. Usually you go into this game and think, we'll probably score the first goal and get beat 2-1 with the last minute. Weghorst tap in like that, and we'll be sat there fuming. But I've just got a feeling England can do it. They've been to a final now and lost this as well.
Yeah.
They know the feeling. They don't want that again. They're playing poorly, but they're getting results. This is the first. I don't want to say it's the first real test because it's not. Because all the teams we've beaten, and people go, they've got the easies out of the group. They're all very good teams, and they've got points off decent teams.
Yeah.
They're not bad footballing teams, and I think the Swiss are one of the best defensive teams in the tournament.
I think the Swiss were arguably better than Netherlands, right?
I think they would. I think if you have the Swiss against the Netherlands now, I'd be confident the Swiss would go through. So I'm just feeling, I don't know, maybe I'm just being English and I think we're better than we are.
But we're not like that when we think about Man United, are we?
No, that's because we've been battered for 10 years.
Yeah, true.
Same with England, I guess. Yeah. But I just have a weird feeling, like you said, I know you're a big fan of Jude. He turns up when you absolutely need someone. Kane hasn't yet. There's a time Kane will turn up at some point in this tournament. So we've got players like that. I don't think the Netherlands have got anybody like that. Gakpo is a very solid player. I'll get you a goal, but they've not got a player in those minutes that need to drag you through a game. So I'm just quietly confident, but we'll see.
Okay,
in a few days.
We'll get to England a little bit deeper later on. I'm going to do my team of the week, and I'm going to run it by you, Vince. Team of the week is just the best players that I've seen in each position throughout the week, but I have to have seen 90 minutes the way I normally do it. Fortunately, the Euros has been on non-stop, so I've been able to watch so much football this last couple of weeks. Starting off in goal, Jordan Pickford.
Yeah, I agree. There's not really been a stand-up performance, but he saved
not last week,
saves.
But I think the penalty save, obviously, and then just the personality. I think he really got into the Swiss heads as well. I thought just mind games tactics was brilliant. And he was pumping up the crowd. All-round personality, great performance, but personality was brilliant.
Yeah, I agree.
At right back, I've gone for Jules Koundé.
Are we as if we watched yesterday's?
Yes, so yesterday and also throughout this week.
We spoke about Koundé last night, didn't we? He's one of them players that doesn't quite do enough. We think he's a decent player, but not level. But how good was he last night?
Brilliant. I thought he was the best player for France.
I thought so. Yeah. I would have said so. He was phenomenal.
Yeah. There's a few really good right-back performances. You know, I could have put Cancelo in there again. I think every game Cancelo's played this tournament's been brilliant. Well. Centre-back, put Pepe.
41 years old.
How on earth is he still doing it at that age?
Who was he up against when he ran back and got the ball?
Wasn't it Mbappe? Portugal played France, didn't they? So I've put some of these from the France game.
Or was it Dembele? When he got all the way back, it's on the edge, and he just tackled him. He chased him back. 41 years of age. God,
see him in tears after the game as well.
Yeah, Ronaldo consoled him in the end, didn't he? He's a phenomenal player. Unbelievable. At 41, I can't believe it. God, we're at 32 and we can barely run outside the front garden. Run minutes.
Super impressive. It's not that he's just still playing, it's that he's playing at that level.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
And he doesn't look like he's keeping some top up-and-coming centre-backs. You know, Gonzalo Inacio, obviously a big-name player coming through that Portugal are touting to be like the next big thing. Even Ruben Dias sometimes not playing because Pepe's been in there.
When you think of Ruben Dias, you think it's the number one centre-back, but it's
been Pepe, yeah. Ezri Konsa was the other centre-back. I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, first start. But he got off injured in the end, didn't
he? Yeah.
I think he did have a bit of an injury, didn't he?
I think he went off injured. He's realistically, obviously the game's tonight, so we don't know yet, but likely he's not going to play. It's going to be Mark Guay. But I think
both of them have been...
Whoever you play, I'm happy.
I'd be happy to drop down Stones, to be honest.
Oh, Johnson's been the worst of the centre-backs, unfortunately. He's been terrible this
season. Him
and
Walker has been awful. But yeah, another real big performance from him. I thought he was really good.
Yeah. Left-back, Nuno Mendes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Brilliant.
He's had a really good tournament. I didn't rate him that much. I've watched him a few times last season and I thought he's not going to do anything. But this tournament, oh my word, how wrong was I? He's been brilliant. He is rapid, isn't he? Mm-hmm. He's so fast. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed his performance last night, especially. He was a good player.
Yeah, we've got one that you're not going to be a fan of here. Tiano Reinders. Obviously, Tiano Reinders, his first big season in probably the top 5 leagues. Obviously, came from the Dutch league, but into that Milan side last season. Granted, Milan didn't do that well.
He's on the bench a lot, Reinders.
I think he played maybe 20, 30 games for him.
I've seen him come on quite a lot.
But I think he's been really crucial for this Netherlands team. I think he's been arguably their best midfielder.
I wouldn't disagree, but I don't know. I think that's just my poor judgment than anything on that one.
Yeah, I think you're probably right to be sceptical because he's not had a full season at that level. Yes, he was introducing himself into that Milan side and they didn't do so well last season. Next season, maybe they'll kick on, but I thought he's been really good in this tournament. Really, really good. Central midfield, another player who's been absolutely unbelievable this tournament. Granit Xhaka, actually unbelievable all season.
He could be up there with player of the tournament for sure. I know he's not been dazzling like you've got Musiala running past players and banging balls in and stuff, but the defensive work that man's put in. He controls the team, the movement. He's getting players to move the right position, and he played. Don't forget, injured against us.
Yeah.
See the big strap he had on, and he come off at half time. He come back on.
He plays such a different game there, doesn't he? Like maybe physically, it's not like he used to. Use like that kind of all combative midfielder at Arsenal, and now he's like a really deep lying, starts to play.
Well, do you remember when we played Barcelona and he played for them? Then he was a playmaker. Then he picked the ball up with his left foot, ping it out to the left, ping it out to the right. He dominated when they were a possession-based team, and he passed the ball out. Didn't really get that far for Arsenal. Obviously, worked with him in Leverkusen last season, and he's been phenomenal for this tournament. I think he's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
The only thing is with him, I don't understand why he didn't take a penalty.
Yeah, I can't remember. Did he go off?
No, I looked at it after the game. I'm sure he stayed on. He didn't take a penalty, and I don't understand why. Because
he's a penalty taker.
You'd have him first, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Over Akanji. If he takes that first penalty, they might still be in the tournament.
Akanji was a strange one, to be honest.
Oh, he's such a big personality. I imagine in the dressing room, he's gone, I'll do it. It was shocking.
Fair play. We spoke about him already, but inside this midfield of my team of the week is Arda Güler.
Yeah, goes without saying, doesn't it? He's a phenomenal player. He is.
Yeah, unbelievable. Right wing, Bukayo Saka.
He had a good game. Really good game. That's enough said. I think, and the fact he stood up and took that penalty.
You don't rate him?
It's not. I don't rate him. I don't think he is world class. I don't think.
Who is world class? Who's a world class right winger? Salah.
Yeah, I guess. Well, obviously, but if you, it's a difficult one because I know he's a decent player, and I'm going to get slated for saying otherwise. I don't think he's a bad player, but when you give him the ball, he doesn't make the decent runs in behind. He doesn't. Sometimes he might beat 2 or 3 players. Sometimes he'll just sit on the ball and give it back. It's easy. He doesn't do it all the time. He's very. He does it in patches throughout the game, and I don't know.
I think he's a very intelligent winger. I don't think he's bad. He does it really well. I think he's considerate. He doesn't make rash decisions to always constantly running at a fullback. He will be happy to take the ball, knock it back, wait for a little bit more space.
But that's where we struggle, because as soon as Cole Palmer's come on, it's been a different story. He's attacked those players and gone through. What was the game where he turned up in the first half? Was it Serbia? Where he dominated Serbia around the right in the first half. And second half he did nothing. Yeah,
but that wasn't Saka. That was because Serbia doubled up on him and just gave him no space to breathe.
Yeah,
and Kyle Walker was really poor that second half. He's not had the surface, Saka, I don't think, this tournament. But in that Switzerland game, I thought he was by far the best player on the pitch.
Do you know what I think it is? I think my problem is maybe it's because he's not explosive enough. Doesn't make those banging attacks like a Rashford. Rashford's obviously my number one pet hate, but he'll have that burst and take on loads of players and do something special. Don't often see that with Saka. It's in glimpses. Like how many times has he cut in on that left foot this tournament and blazed it over the bar? Quite a few times. And then he obviously bangs one in the last game to save us again. But I don't know. Maybe he's not. Is it dynamic the right word enough for me? I guess as a right winger, I want something a bit more. But defensively wise, he does a very good job.
Can't argue with his stats.
His basics are very,
goals, assists, his impact on the team. You know, I think. Yeah, I'm obviously, as you know, Bukayo Saka's biggest fan. But yeah, left wing, Cody Gakpo. What has he been doing this tournament?
It just annoys me.
He worries me.
He worries
me for this game tonight.
I watch him for Liverpool a lot, and he comes on and he can be really, really bad, like really bad, but then pop up with a bang goal. So he's a weird player, isn't he? He's always dangerous. I think it's like a Dembele, isn't he? He's just always dangerous. Might not have the best game, but he'll do something in it. Yeah. So
score in the air, can score at the back post, can score from long range.
Really good movement off the ball.
It's quite frustrating because Cody Gakpo will turn up tonight, and we all know that. Yeah,
of course he will.
And then another player that definitely turned up when it was England, Breel Mbolo. I said to you, I think last night, that Swiss front line between them all season had scored 6 goals in the league.
That's mental.
And Breel Mbolo had I think 4 of them. And then once again for Switzerland turns up in a tournament
and playing against a real good back four, and he bullied them, bouncing them around.
He was brilliant number 9 performance, and then got the goal as well.
He seems to have been around forever as well.
He has been around. I don't know.
We played him like 5 times, I think. No,
he's at every tournament for I think I was watching in 2016, and he's still playing at Switzerland.
If you line that team up and you picked a player to score against you, I know he's obviously a striker. That's exactly who you're picking to score against.
Yeah, of course.
A little stinky tapping at the back post.
Yeah. And that exact same thing's going to happen tonight, and it's going to be Cody Gakpo or Wout Weghorst, which is fine.
If Weghorst scores, that's possibly the worst number 9 we've ever seen in our lives. If he scores tonight and knocks us out, I'm done with football. I'm retiring.
How can we go on after that? We don't know the score, obviously, that it's going to be tonight, but I actually kind of do. How do I know that score? Something we've done, and we've done in the past, only a couple of times, but every time we've done it, and the ones that I think about in recent memory, England versus Scotland 0-0. We simulated a FIFA match before the game, a full FIFA match. Back in the Champions League final, remember when Neymar scored last minute for Barcelona, and they won 3-1, and Rakitic scored first? We simulated that. And Rakitic scored first in the sim, and it was 3-1. And that won us, I can't remember how much money. We had put like £2.50 on it, still won me like 180 quid.
Quite a bit of money.
Yeah. So obviously the same thing happened the last time we did it with Scotland, England. And I've done it again this morning whilst you were in bed.
I don't want to know.
We are going to find out what that score was. I'm going to play the clip for you. Vince, you're going to watch it here with me now. Would you like to open up your phone? Okay, so this is the England versus Netherlands semi-final simulation. This is exactly what's going to happen because every single time we've done it, this has come true. It's scary, but here's the result for tonight. Play the clip.
The whole thing?
Yeah. You can put it on. No,
we're on the cusp of a colossal occasion. Hello, great to have the pleasure of your company.
No, just watch it.
Welcome to our coverage of this semi-final.
Did you stop the lineups of what you thought they were going to be, or just leave it as it was?
As it was.
Yeah, okay.
So as we can see, Netherlands take the lead early on
Who is it?
through Cody Gakpo. Netherlands 1-0.
It's a banger as well. Why is it all Netherlands?
Netherlands.
2-0.
Added time at the end of the first half, double their lead. Gianni Reinders.
If he scores tonight after today as well.
England heading home as it stands.
Xavi Simons is a worry as well because he is a good player. Oh,
Kane scores.
where'd that come from?
Brings the game back out of nowhere, 70th minute.
Is that a corner there?
Southgate made changes.
Saka for Watkins.
3 minutes to play.
Go on then.
And Phil Foden steps up. Equaliser 2-2. England have redemption.
He needs a game as well.
He does.
We're back in this tonight, right?
Got to.
No,
Pickford with an important save with seconds to go, which means it's only one thing.
Kane's taking the... What minute was that?
Extra time, and Kane scores. England lead for the first time in the game.
This would kill us, by the way.
Absolutely kill me.
But it was similar.
Horrible, horrible game.
Oh no. One Pickford.
3-3.
All of a sudden your voice has gone a bit... so you know something's coming.
3-3. What happens next?
Oh no.
Stoppage time at the end of the first half.
Netherlands take the lead. Memphis Depay.
Memphis Depay 4-3 completes the turnaround.
But...
And the final whistle goes and it finishes. Netherlands 4, England 3 after extra time. I don't want to jinx it, but that method is tried and tested and has worked every single time.
Today's a new day.
Well, look, 2-2 would be a great game, wouldn't it?
You feel
Going to extra time, would you take that right now?
100%.
Because I think we could beat a team over extra time, and I think we can beat them on penalties.
And I do think it's going to be a game of goals. I know England have been poor this tournament, but Netherlands are going to concede or they're going to score. It's going to happen.
I think they'll score.
I don't think it'll go extra time. I know I'll go off the clip there, but beforehand, if you'd have said I think this will be done in 90 minutes,
I think it'll be done in 90 minutes as well. Give me a score prediction.
2-1 England.
Who's going to be scoring those goals?
Foden with the first, and then Kane with the second.
Wow.
And then Gakpo with Netherlands.
Do you know what? I'll go with what you've said and hope that you're right. We'll see you on the other side. We'll be posting some clips, hopefully, as well, that just add to the drama up until that throughout the podcast. Thanks for joining us once again. Vince, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you, hopefully, in the final.
Cherish these days before it's too late.